because Minato used like his main way to fight is teleportation. Shisui does the same thing. And
So body flicker is the same thing as flying Raijin? Question mark?
no, it isn't the same thing. I mean, fly Raijin is something. Body flicker is something. But let me tell you something. When you use fly Raijin, you used to get close to your opponent, then to hit. It takes time for you to hit, because when you hit, it is your body speed, is like your movement speed. And Shisui has a better movement speed to Minato, which means that his body flicker is better. So he would be able to dodge it easily,
Okay,
and Minato is faster than Pain. Faster than Kisame. So, he's fast enough to speed blitz Kisame, by the way. So Kisame wouldn't be relevant here at all. Just let you know. And let me get this game real quick, because I say something I gotta prove, right?
Okay. Well, I just want to know: do we agree not to interrupt each other? These for like mutual.
For me, it doesn't really matter because the debate already initiated. So let's do that. I'm not gonna interrupt you if I see that it isn't necessary to do so. So I probably won't, because I don't do those things. But that's okay.
Okay, yeah, because that pisses me off a lot.
I had to make sure. Important to point it out right now that Shisui would abduct the third Hokage, so he would be able to infiltrate and to grab him and to get out of Konoha. That was the plan of the Uchiha clan. To abduct and get the third Hokage, get rid of him. To do the invasion and stuff. And have this. And what does that prove? The third Hokage is the strongest Hokage of them all, including Minato, which means that, Shisui would be able to do the same thing with Minato, who is faster than Itachi. So let me get this scan to prove that.
Okay, are you done? So, I need to make sure, bro.
Not done. I wouldn't say done, but you can talk,
Okay. Gotcha. I don't agree with that because Shisui basically died to Danzo, and Danzo is self-admitted to be weaker than Hiruzen, and Hiruzen he's self-admittedly weaker than Minato, who's faster and stronger.
Yeah, but you forgot something really important right now. I'm gonna get this. Why Shisui lost against Danzo? Why? I'm gonna tell the reason why he lost, because he was poisoned. He couldn't move one finger. He was literally paralyzed, so he couldn't fight. He literally couldn't fight. The same thing I put me, I'm gonna fight against Mike Tyson, prime Mike Tyson, and I put a needle and he gonna get paralyzed. He won't be able to move a finger. I'm gonna beat him because he won't be able to defend himself. And what happened with Shisui before the fight? The fucking old Danzo sent some ninja, random ninja of the Abumi clan and stuff, with a fucking insect, and the insect went and poisoned Shisui. That's why Danzo was smart enough to go and grab him while he couldn't fight. So that is not an anti-feat, and that also isn't a fight. So you can't say that. You literally can't say that because there wasn't a fight. I'm gonna get a scan to prove that right now.
Sure, but it still wouldn't matter.
Yeah, for your argument, it would, it would matter because that's what you're saying,
Okay. He can move his legs. Poisonous scorpion. Yeah, but does that I don't think this really particularly matters because wait, hold on. I just remembered. Wait a minute. Why are you mentioning Minato when I'm not even using Minato?
I mean, to scale Shisui's speed, you know.
Okay. I had to remember, right? Why is then why would why would that be at all like relevant?
Because basically, I mean, he's faster than the three of them, you know. He's faster than three of them, which means that it would be hard for them to, I mean, to hit him. He could be moving his body, you know, to fight that way. And seeing that he's faster than all of them, that would be a way to like to evade and to you know, to dodge it, their attack, you know. I mean, if you disagree with him being faster, you can just debunk that. You can just try to do so, but I don't think that you have to disagree with that. I don't think I can disagree with that because I got like evidence, you know, to prove that he's as fast. He's fast enough to infiltrate and to you know, to capture the third Hokage, you know, who is above Minato.
Then why was he not nominated for Hokage? If they're
I mean, why was he not nominated? That's a good question, and the answer is I don't know because
wait,
I mean,
what did he say? He not nominated?
no, he done. I mean, he done stronger than Itachi, but he's irrelevant here. I say, why was he not nominated? That was your question. He wasn't because maybe he didn't have enough experience to be a Hokage, and you know he was young.
No,
It's not like
no,
because
he
he's
did.
stronger. Because
I'm
let
gonna
me tell you
interrupt
something.
you right there. No, he Itachi literally was inspired by Shisui, man.
Okay, but so what?
So what?
Yeah, he
So
was
what?
inspired by Shisui, but what does that have to do with Shisui being not nominated as Hokage? You know, I didn't get your argument. Like, okay, he wasn't nominated as Hokage, but let me tell you something. Naruto, like by 16 years old, he was stronger than Tsunade, Kakashi, and all of them together. And he wasn't nominated as Hokage when he got back to Konoha, which means that he was weaker. No, it means that he wasn't experienced and smart enough to take over the chair of Hokage. You know, that's simple. It has nothing to do with. I mean, it has partially something to do with the strength of the Hokage. But I mean, talking about these two ninjas like Shisui and Naruto, it has nothing to do because they're young and maybe not experienced enough. And besides, there was a conflict between. I mean, a little bit of a conflict between Konoha and the Uchiha clan at that time. And also something important to point out is that Shisui was stated to be the strongest ninja of the Uchiha clan. You know, even above Fugaku, who is comparable, who is a relative Minato. You know. So it's important to mention
Why
that.
is
So Shisui
Fugaku
is at
relative
least
to
above
Minato?
Minato. Shisui is above Minato, like
Why
at
is he
least.
relative to Minato? Like Fugaku to Minato? Why?
I forgot to get this scan, but I'm gonna get right now. I mean, let me look up the gallery real quick because I read that a few hours ago when I was out. But he's relative. I can assure that. I'm gonna get this skin, right?
Sure.
And just like I mentioned Minato here because the speed is really relevant. Okay, I mean it's really relevant, so that's why I'm talking about Minato here. All right, he was relative to Minato because of this novel right here that when they mentioned that they believed that he was.
Also, where are you getting this scan?
I'm getting the scan. I mean, that's I got connections, you know.
No, tell me.
I mean,
Like,
like my knowledge, I have a lot of scans that I've accumulated like throughout the history of.
Okay, never mind. Okay, then.
No, that proved that Fugaku was relatively dominant because the members of the Uchiha clan, they saw both Minato and Fugaku fighting in the war, and by their point of vision, they're relative, and that's why they're pissed off because they didn't mention Fugaku to be the Hokage, which means that Fugaku is at least as strong as Orochimaru, who was one of the ones that.
Okay. No, it was actually because of like they didn't want to nominate Chica because they were being a little bit sussy. If you would say that.
I mean, I say many are like among the Uchiha clan. They were thinking that fucking insect. They were thinking that that Fugaku was as strong as Minato because they were fighting in the war. So they're analyzing both of their strength. I'm not talking about the reason why he wasn't nominated. It's because there's some reason because of that, but the main reason, I don't know why the main reason, but the point is that the members of the Uchiha clan, they saw them fighting, and they were thinking that Fugaku was enough to be, at least mention it, to be one of the Hokage, which means that he is on par with like Minato and
Yeah,
Orochimaru.
but just like I said, like yeah, they wanted him to be the next Uchiha Hokage member because of, I don't know, like some political stuff. But you do remember that like the the village elders were kind of racist and didn't want to have an Uchiha as leader, and
Yeah,
so they
that's some reason. Okay, there's a reason. Okay, but it doesn't change the fact that he's relative to Minato by the point of view of those who saw them fighting, in the war, because both of them, they went full power in the war, so how strong they could possibly be and how strong they had to
even
be considered as being Hokage,
even if they're relative, like even if Fugaku is somewhat in the same tier on Minato, and that he said, "Oh yeah, I can control the Nine Tails with my Mangekyo Sharingan." Minato's really said it was just an afterthought. The Nine Tails.
Minato did what with the Nine Tails? Sorry.
No, he thought that Obito was a bigger threat than
the Nine Tails.
Yeah. And then he
But
said, "Oh, I hope not Toby Rama, but Hiruzen and everyone else keeps it occupied because this is a bigger threat." And also, like later down the road, the boy Itachi kind of spooked off. What was it, like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old Obito, and then he later on got stronger.
Itachi himself, he claimed that he would be able to kill that same Obito that you said that he got strong, that he was scared of. He himself, he said that he would definitely kill Obito if he tries to do something against his will. He said that Itachi. So like he being like scared of something, like he does. It is a bit like of a contradiction because he wasn't. He wasn't like scared. So, I mean, about Obito being a great threat to the Nine Tails, it doesn't make any sense because we saw that Minato was able to defeat Obito and he ran away. And later, Minato couldn't do shit against the Nine Tails, which means that Obito at that time, he could be a great threat, like talking about how he could mess up like with the village and stuff because he could infiltrate into a lot of shit. But the Nine Tails, they could control her. They could find a way to control her. But like by Minato saying that he could defeat you claiming that I could defeat the Nine Tails. The same way that he defeated Obito is a little bit baseless because he didn't have
Baseless.
any. Yeah,
That's not
it's
baseless. No.
It's because he tries to and he didn't. Like he went to fight the Nine Tails after he got rid of Obito and he accomplished nothing. He literally had to die, both him and his wife, to sacrifice themselves to to do something with the Nine Tails because their power is so great that he would destroy the village. But Guy was there. Guy would probably open the gate and kill the Bijou. But alright, that doesn't matter.
What? I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Two things. That jutsu, that Minato uses kills him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, kills him because the only way that he found that he could think of.
Why do you think that's an anti-feat for the Nine Tails or Minato or whatever?
I mean, I think that's an anti-feat for Minato because that proves that. Without sacrificing his life.
I haven't finished. You then said something about Guy using the 8th gate when we're not even using Guy.
That is irrelevant. I was just saying, because that's confusing. But that's one of my techniques. But like, here's the thing. That is an anti-feat for Minato. You know why? Because without sacrificing himself, he couldn't defeat the Nine Tails. While he could defeat Obito, without even like getting hurt. Like in less than 1 minute, he went. And one shot Obito, he had to run. And the Nine Tails, alright, he went, tried to do something. He didn't pull it off, so he had to kill himself. And even then, without his wife, he wouldn't have done shit because, firstly, to use the fucking Reaper Seal, he has to somehow paralyze the Nine Tails, which is something that he wouldn't have been able to do by himself. So he had his wife help. That he went, that the bitch she went, so she was with the fucking chains, to grab the Bijou, and then Minato did what had to be done. What I'm saying is that, you're saying that Obito is a good threat. At that time, it is definitely ridiculous because Minato could defeat Obito and he couldn't do shit against the Nine Tails. That's what I'm saying, Okay. So, I do think that Shisui is stronger than Minato, so that's irrelevant. And why he's stronger? Because because he's stronger than Fugaku, who is relative to Minato, And what happened? You still here?
Yeah, I was just looking at the comments. But yeah, that for me doesn't really matter because Minato got stronger. Like if you're saying that, okay, he's somehow equal to all those dudes. Itachi got stronger. Pain is at his level.
Well, and Pain was
well, no, do not interrupt me. I'll let you do your thing. I told you. Okay? We good? Alright. Even if you somehow say, okay, all that stuff. Itachi trained. He's almost relative to a stronger Obito that fought Minato. And then he gets all these hexes, right?
about him being he trained it.
No, do not interrupt me. I told you. Okay. He does training. He unlocks his Mangeki. He gets even stronger, and then like he's just so vastly stronger, faster, gains more experience in battle. And then you have freaking Pain, who's relative to him, and Fuse Kisame. Well, even base Kisame was somehow relative to Sharingan Itachi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have three people just ganging up on this dude, who was previously the strongest, quote unquote, the strongest.
Mm-hmm. Firstly, I mean, at the beginning of the battle, it won't be three people. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to insinuate that it won't be three people. Why it won't be three people? Because before the fight starts, Shisui gonna at least put one. Like, let's say he gonna put Pain under the Genjutsu, and Pain gonna fight with him against Itachi plus Kisame. And why he would do that? Because it was stated, the data book of the Koto Matsukami, that that Shisui can put someone under a Genjutsu before the fight starts. I mean, and there's no limit of the distance, and there's no speed, because you don't even need to look at someone. So he would put Nagato under a Genjutsu, so Nagato would be controlling Pain to fight alongside him, And Pain with the six pack could hold Kisame and Itachi, and plus Shisui would be there to help. So Shisui is at least stronger than Minato, so it would be 2v2 right here. I mean, I wouldn't mention that at the beginning, but I had to. And okay, that's simple. The beginning of the fight, what I'm trying to say is that the beginning of the fight, with Shisui having knowledge of be fighting against three opponents, he would decide to use the Koto Matsukan, which would be again just that you cannot avoid at any sort of way, because it's impossible to avoid. Literally, it was stated. And he could do two things. I mean, he had two options basically. He could use the Genjutsu against Itachi. So Itachi would he would manipulate and control Itachi's brain to use the Tsukuyomi against Kisame. So it would be like 2v1, because Kisame would be done, and it would be Itachi and Shisui against Pain, And then Itachi and Shisui would easily kill Pain, and Shisui would control Itachi and force him to kill himself. Then Shisui would win. Simple as that,
Okay. Also, there was a small snippet I forgot to mention. It was at the back of my mind. I was like, I know that. But when he got when Minato was promoted, was qualified for Hokage, he was still a Jonin. So later he got stronger. That's all I'm going to say. And with everything else you said,
okay, you said later he got stronger.
No.
I mean, can you prove that he got stronger later? Because I mean, it was stated. It was stated.
You just interrupted me. I was gonna explain later. What
okay. So you can explain right now.
Aye. Well, how I my scaling chain, Itachi's just, all three of them are just way above, just faster and stronger than Shisui. There's like, he's not gonna have enough eye contact to establish the
Firstly,
what's Monica.
you don't need eye contact. You don't need that isn't a requirement to use the Koto Matsukami. You don't need that. I mean, there's no distance.
And also, even if he's on a Koto Matsukami, someone else can just snap out of them. Like what was his name? The guy who has one Byakugan. Like he knows about the Kodamatsu coming, and he's no longer in it.
Firstly, they wouldn't do that because the only reason why he met the random guy with the Byakugan managed to got Mifune out of the Kotoamatsu Kami was because he had the Byakugan and then he could she switched chakra like I don't remember if he was she switched chakra with Danzo or with that guy, but it doesn't really matter. So that was the only reason why they got out. And secondly, you can't just snap like some like your friend out against you like Kotamatsu because you literally are under control and you don't know that you're under control, which means that I'm controlling you right now against me and you don't know that. So you have no idea what's going on, and neither your opponents, which means that like you're basically fighting against your will. You're doing something against your will that you don't have knowledge of. So basically, for them to go and take him out of the genjutsu, it would be literally impossible because for them he wouldn't be in the genjutsu, and also for the one that got caught, he wouldn't inside a genjutsu too. So that doesn't work like that. The only way for you to like figure out that, like for example, your friend, your teammate, like are under genjutsu is that if you can sense the chakra, some chakra, in your opponent, in your friend, that could indicate that he's under genjutsu, which is impossible right now. And secondly, Itachi himself, let's say he would use the genjutsu against Itachi. Itachi himself wouldn't let them touch him to take him out genjutsu because Shisui would already be controlling him. So he would like instantaneously go and fight alongside Shisui against them. Which means that that is literally irrelevant. They can't do that. They can't because Shisui would be controlling him even before they realize that Itachi is like getting crazy or like Pain is getting crazy. Doesn't really matter who he's gonna use the genjutsu against, because analyzing the situation, he probably would use the genjutsu against Itachi because he knows that Itachi has knowledge about his genjutsu. And you're gonna say, well, he can use his bloodline to fight against the genjutsu and get out by himself. That's impossible because it was stated that the Kotoamatsu Kami would work against AMS Sasuke, who has a strong eye than Itachi, and is at least as strong as Itachi. So the argument that you have a stronger eye or like you being relative would work, it doesn't make any sense because you don't know that you're under genjutsu, as I said. So it is basically a checkmate here. Once Shisui just decide to use his genjutsu, the battle is over. Is over because let's say he's gonna use the genjutsu against Itachi, which is reasonable because he knows Itachi. He knows what Itachi is capable of. By the way, so they wouldn't even notice that Itachi was in the genjutsu. Itachi would literally attack them. His own teammates, and like he would literally attack them like out of nowhere, and they would get caught by surprise because they wouldn't even like think about something like that could happen. So Itachi, like being strong as he is, Shisui could be controlling him for him to use his full power, so he could literally one shot Kisame with a Totsuka or maybe the Amaterasu, and Pain the same thing. Pain the same thing. And it's worth to remind that Pain was stated to be as strong as SM Naruto, right? And Shisui is stated to be above Pain. I got the statement to prove that.
Okay, are you done?
Partially.
Okay. Actually, there is a way for him to for them to know he's gonna activate Kodamatsu Kamis when there's chakra going into their eyes. Even the guy with one Byakugan mentioned that, like, oh wow, that's Kodamatsu Kami. and also okay, concerns without realizing. But yeah, yeah, there's a way for them to know when he's gonna activate the like Pain and Itachi can both see their his chakra like focusing on his eye and then project it, and also like there even no, do not remember me because you went to a whole tangent there. Also, there was like I don't remember exactly how it was gonna go. Like I have to rewatch the fight. That's an L in my part. I agree. But if I recall correctly, there was gonna be like he was gonna say, "Oh no, protect yourselves" or something like. They were gonna protect themselves from Koto Matsukami, and what's to say, they can like Pain. I mean, jeez, name. Also, hold on. Yeah, what's to say they couldn't do the same thing to Kono Masakami?
I mean, what you mean by that? I mean, all right. Firstly,
like
you
they
gotta
were gonna
prove that.
protect themselves. Like the Byakugan person was gonna like defend himself from Koto or something, and also like with the rest of the Hokage there or something. Because Danzo was gonna use Koto Matsukami on somebody, but he didn't. Well, he got interrupted. But yeah. So there's a way.
I mean, he got interrupted. He got interrupted because of one reason. He got interrupted because even after. Because after he had already Mifune under a Genjutsu, right? And then the Byakugan guy just figured out that Mifune was being controlled. So so basically, Danzo was like out of options. He was because that guy already knew that Danzo had that trick. So he had like 5 Kages inside of that place, plus a lot of security. So Danzo was basically done. He was done, literally, because he couldn't even think about using the Genjutsu again because the Byakugan guy had already the track of the chocolate. So even if he tries, he would be gone. He would be gone because the Genjutsu was already. He had one of the dudes under control, and I'm gonna ask you to prove that.
Who was under control?
Mifune, the samurai. Yeah, it was him because he would nominate the leader. He would nominate the leader of the the stuff. I forgot, but he would nominate some leader, and then Danzo was trying to manipulate him to for him to be the one nominated. That's the point, And you say something, if I'm not mistaken, say that Itachi were warning them for them to be aware to don't get caught, against the Koto Matsukami. But I don't remember that. I remember that Itachi was saying that for them to be aware against Tsukuyomi and the Amaterasu, not the Koto Matsukami. So if you could prove that Itachi said that.
Remember in the 5 Kage summit? Okay.
Yeah.
So you know how the Sharingan works, right? And the Rinnegan? Like how they can see through the chakra network or like chakra system or whatever.
Okay, but you said a lot of things. You say 2 things that I wanted to prove of. That situation where the background dude figured out that Mifune wasn't at a Genjutsu. It happens before he got caught. So which means that Danzo was there.
No,
he managed to.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he saw an increase in chakra in his eye.
No, he saw Shisui's chakra, literally. He saw Shisui's chakra.
That an increase of chakra. That's what I'm saying.
No, he saw the chakra being used, not increase of chakra.
Yes, it's the same thing. Like it doesn't matter. An increase in chakra in Korematsu in Shisui's eye. Alright. So, and it doesn't matter because it's a Byakugan, because the Rinnegan and the Sharingan can do the same thing.
But I'm gonna ask you when. I'm gonna ask you when he sensed that. He sensed before. He sensed like after Danzo. Danzo had already used the genjutsu. He had already the guy under control. So he sensed that after, after the genjutsu be activated, which means that was basically useless. I mean, if he was in a combat, him being able to sense the chakra would be like literally useless, literally, because he was already under genjutsu when that guy sensed the chakra, the Shisui chakra being used. So like situation here would be basically the same, because Shisui can, as the data book clearly said, that Shisui can use the genjutsu even before the battle starts, and they won't realize that, and it doesn't matter how strong your dojutsu is, you won't be able to like to snap out of it, after you get caught. And
and hold on, no. Okay, you finished. Now it's my turn. We know that he was not in Shizui's control because he never got nominated. There wasn't a chance for him to get nominated. Hokage.
You mean Danzo control, right?
Yeah.
Actually, he was. That's the reason why. That's the reason why he. That guy, the background guy, he mentioned that because he saw that he was that Mifune was being controlled. He literally saw that, So he was under control. That's a fact, before after Danzo.
Can you show me?
Yeah, I can.
Because I'm pretty sure he's not. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, that COVID. It's hard.
I got it, skin. So Haikage said that Hokage, don't tell me you're manipulating Mifune. Yeah. So when that guy he realized, the Yakugan guy realized that the Shisui chakra was under the under Danzo ban, the Haikage literally said that, okay, don't tell me you're manipulating Mifune, and then it's confirmed. And the proof is that when Haikage said that, we see that Mifune is literally, his expression, like he's literally confused. He doesn't know what's going on because he couldn't figure out that, he couldn't, he didn't have any like something that could indicate that he was being controlled. Even after Haikage mentioned that he was possibly being controlled, So he was under control, and which is impressive because Danzo managed to go to the Hokage summit and use the genjutsu, without no one there realizing, including the Byakugan guy, which means that Danzo, he was using the genjutsu and nobody could even see that before. And the point here is that he could use the genjutsu even like before them, before Itachi and the Pain and Kisame realized that he could use the genjutsu against Itachi, who would be vulnerable, and then the battle would be over because Itachi would attack his own allies. He would attack them by surprise, and they wouldn't be able to react because it would be, as I said, it would be off guard.
Wait, what? Of what? Okay, I'm sorry, I did not understand that last part.
I say off guard. Like off guard. I mean, you don't need to explain that, but
guard. No. Okay, no, I thought you said something else.
yeah, because my pronunciation is kind of bad. But sorry about that.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I don't live in the U.S. either. But yeah, even if there's even if you say that, like, yeah, let's say Shisui just mind controls someone. Itachi literally has a way to counteract with his other eye.
What eye?
You remember the one?
You're talking about Shisui.
Kami.
Talking about Shisui's eye right now.
Yep.
But he wouldn't have it because Shisui would be alive having both of his eyes. How possibly that could be three eyes? That Shisui could have three eyes, like that's literally impossible.
Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. Okay, no.
Yeah. He wouldn't have that option because he wouldn't have Shisui's eye here because Shisui would be alive and 100% fine. So I'm talking about his prime version, which is after the Mangekyo Sharingan, right before Danzo just got his left eye, right? I don't remember, but that's what I'm saying. Like that option is, yeah. I mean, it isn't. If you couldn't consider that, why are you saying USA? Like USA?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it. USA, my dick. I mean, I'm against USA, but like 100% against. I've been to USA already, and I regret. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have done it. I should have gone somewhere else. And if you're from USA, if I go to the USA, it's gonna be to kill like the Josh because he told me that he would like beat my ass.
Wait, what? Huh?
Nah, that's irrelevant. It's not part of the debate.
Wait. Did you just say you beat my ass?
Hey, yo.
He said he'd kill you.
Hey, you'd kill. Oh, I'd want to see you fucking try. You fucking.
Hey,
you know what? I'm not.
Hey, that's the debate. Don't interrupt.
Let's not. Okay, let's just focus on the debate before you let it rip, Josh.
Gil, I'll DM you my address just so you could pull up and get your ass whooped. And I'll record it and send that shit to the server.
I mean, don't make me do that. Don't. Just,
no.
Let's.
Nigga, I want you to do it, pussy ass nigga.
Just keep quiet and don't call me the N word because that's racist, all right? And you remember that.
No, nigga, it's not racist. I'm black. You're not, or you partially are, but you don't know shit, so you can't say it. So just shut the fuck up. Keep getting slammed, bitch.
God damn it. I mean, if I wasn't debating right now,
then you'd
Gil, focus on the debate.
Then he would crush you like the bug you are, Josh.
Gil, you need this mental amp.
Hello, Gil.
Hello. Yeah, you can say. I mean, yeah, you're fine. I was just explaining like why that wouldn't be possible, because Itachi wouldn't have Shisui's eye. I mean, even if he had, let's say he had at the situation, that would be useless because he would be under control already. So how he would like use Shisui's eye like to get out of the genjutsu being controller? Like he wouldn't do that because Shisui that would be controlling him, wouldn't allow him to even think about that because he would be controlling. When you manipulate like someone's mind, you can't. I mean, they literally can't dictate what you're thinking of, what you're thinking about. What you're doing. That's why I saw the Mifune's face, because he was surprised even after being told that he was being controlled. He was like fucking confused because he didn't know that, which means that Itachi wouldn't know too. So that's out of like the chart right now.
Also, why would he use immediately Kodo? Like, if he's so strong, why just not?
Basically because he would saw that he's fighting against three opponents, including Itachi, who is strong as fuck, and knowing that he's fighting against three opponents that are extremely strong. The better option would be to bring one for his team, like to team up with him and then fight. That would be, I mean, and knowing that Shisui is smarter than Itachi, he would have done it, simple as that. And that's no reason why he wouldn't do that. There's no reason, literally. If you could tell me one reason why he wouldn't decide to do that, please just say it, because I want to know that, because that's really interesting.
Okay.
Let me ask something. What is the best weapon that Shisui has while fighting? Here, Kotomatsukami, right? Because it's the strongest technique that he could have, that he has actually. So basically, that would be his only option. I brought the argument about his speed and stuff, but was only to let to try to like convince you that he could defeat without the Kotomatsukami. But the fact is that would be literally impossible, because even if we consider that he's faster than Itachi, and out of them, he wouldn't be able to speed blitz two of them because one of them is already relative, So he would attack one of them, and would have two of them that even being lower than him would be able to keep up with him, because that's simple. So basically, just his only option at the beginning, like analyzing the situation, the environment, his opponents, he would have to use the Kotomatsukami right away, even before like they start to attack each other, because he's smart as fuck. So basically now, you gotta prove that they would be able to somehow avoid the Kotomatsukami, which is literally impossible by like a lot of statements, to avoid that. Because there's no limit of distance, because we saw that Itachi was able to use the Kotomatsukami against Kabuto, who was it wasn't, nowhere to be found. We saw that you don't need eye contact. And we know that the only one that has knowledge about the Kotomatsukami is Itachi, and Itachi would be probably the one that would be controlled, which means that they don't have any option right now, and they wouldn't know that Itachi would be controlled at that time, so they would be gone, literally gone, because with Itachi would literally, killing intent, he would literally attack them by surprise. They would be like a fast strike, a little and fast strike
right.
to kill both of them.
May I say something?
Yeah, you must say something.
Yes. Jesus fuck. Okay, please do not. Okay, right. Anyway, you're saying like, oh yeah, it's this unstoppable thing. There's a lot of jutsus that are considered unstoppable, right?
That's tell me at least two. Two of them.
Do not interrupt me. Oh Jesus fuck. Anyway, I don't like implying that it has no like, it ignores distance and all that stuff. Like, oh yes, Kotomatsukami, this irrelevant speed attack. Like, what's it gonna do? The only true possible irrelevant speed is when is a flying Raijin. When you're inside the space flying Raijin. I don't think there's anything faster than that. But still,
I'm gonna have to disagree with that
no,
because
don't interrupt me. No, like you like you got there like talking forever. Jesus, no, I'm not gonna let you do that on me again. Okay, right. Also, um, the fact that this is his only counter is just kind of sad because there's everything else. There's a lot of other stuff like even if like you said he's comparable to Minato, a Jonin Minato, by the way, who's
I mean,
weaker
it was the minute
than
that I mean,
Don't interrupt me, please. I told you for. Okay, right. And then you do know that like I said this before, it doesn't really matter for him to even activate his son or whatever because Itachi got stronger throughout the years. He's faster than him. He's more experienced and everything. What else was?
yeah.
Basic, and I don't know, like this whole argument, like they don't get stronger, is very weird to me because it is very blatant. They got stronger. Anyway, Itachi got stronger. Pain has even like he can know. No wait, no, hold on. Even like if there's even if one of the pains is inflicted with a jutsu, like on Kodo Matsukami, he can just disconnect the pain from his like chakra network. Like he can disconnect the pain, then reattach his chakra to that pain. Just get done with it. And also, they like there's a resistance in every pain. Like there are like several layers. Like we see later on, like during the when they were dissecting Payne's brain, like one of the past brains, like there's a bunch of shields or something. So there's that. And also like yes, they got caught in Genjutsu by freaking what's his name?
Danzo.
Jiraiya. And supposedly that's the strongest Genjutsu. And then we're still able to like perceive it's some like their surroundings or whatever.
I mean, the first thing that I have to say is that, well, Pain and the Itachi. Well, let's start with Itachi. You know, I mean, Itachi being stronger and faster than Shisui. That's literally relevant here because you gotta prove that Itachi's fast enough. He grow old fast enough to speed blitz him, which isn't true because Itachi literally claimed that Itachi literally said that Shisui would be able to mess with him when he already had the Mangekyo Sharingan when he went to kill his whole clan. You know, and something that I have to mention right now is that
14-year-old. No, okay, I'm gonna stop being like respectful, and letting you carry
I'm
on.
gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same, right?
Right. Yeah, because that was a 14-year-old Itachi who did not have the Sharingan, the Mangekyo Sharingan.
He had.
He had? Prove that.
Yes, sir, he had.
Oh wait, no, hold on. No, he had, but what's his face? Yeah, no, you're right. I remember, but he did get stronger even then. throughout.
Firstly, you have to prove that, and secondly, I'm gonna say something really important right now. We know that he was
Why
getting
not?
sick. And when he was
Like, do
getting
you not
sick,
know how people get stronger, like teenagers?
they got stronger, but Itachi is a special situation because he was getting sick, and his sickness was getting worse. Throughout the years, which means that he would get weaker. And well, we know that Itachi, when he was 14 years old, he already had the Mangekyo Sharingan. He already knew how to use that because he could use the Tsukuyomi. 2 times at the same day, by the way. And when he got older, he was actually getting weaker because his stamina was really being destroyed by like his sickness. He was getting sick and sick and sick, and then getting weak. Like the same thing. Like you're 14 years old, right? And then you start to grow, but then you get like when you see you get like cancer and stuff. You're gonna get weak as fuck. Itachi was like he was like puking every single day blood because he was getting fucking sick. And the proof is that when he was like,
So,
when he was like, about to fight Sasuke, he was literally dying. He couldn't even like properly fighting. He was dying. So why the fact that he is getting stronger, it's a bit baseless. And another reason why it's baseless because we know that Itachi.
no, okay. Yeah, well, that's true. No, well, that's true that he got the disease. He still he still honed his abilities. He still got stronger. We'll literally see him training. Even if you're using the games, I'm gonna use the games. We see him training with Kisame, and Kisame uses
I'm not using games. I'm not using games.
yeah,
I am, but every single game that it's kind of that it belongs to a game, I can send the novel to because it's basically the same history. So okay, if you complain about games, I can delete the games one, and I can use the novel if it's more, if fits better the situation. I, to prove that I'm not using the games, I'm not even considering the Suzanne. I'm not even talking about
All right.
Suzanne, and I haven't talked about that shit yet, and I won't because I'm not like trying to be to focus like too much, on the games and stuff. But that is irrelevant because knowing that Shisui already had both of the Mangekyo Sharingans and he could use both of them, he had the Susanoo anyway because the requirement to awake the Susanoo is having both of the eyes and being able to use both of them. Shisui was pretty much able to to have he had fully control of them, so yeah, that's irrelevant. All right, I got the number real quick. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay, that's in. Right. Uh, like what's his name? Jesus fuck, I forgot his name. What's No, this is Edo Itachi.
Yeah, Edo Itachi. Yeah, I forgot that. I literally forgot that. What the fuck? But it doesn't change the fact. Here's the thing. Doesn't change the fact that he's still vulnerable. To be to get caught against the Koto Matsukami. Doesn't change the fact. Because as I said, Shisui was relative to Fugaku, who is relative to Minato. So his speed is at least as great as Minato when he was a journey.
Okay, we see also that he got like even the Edo. Even if you don't believe like all that, we do see that in Edo he got stronger. Like that is the hypothetical healthy Itachi without everything, and he's relative to a case what's his face? A KCM one Minato. No, the KCM one Naruto is comparable to base Joan and Minato, and he doesn't even need the body flicker.
Yeah,
He was almost gonna kill Naruto.
Naruto wasn't using the body flicker too, and
I know.
he wasn't about to kill.
Yeah, that's why I say they were not using the body flicker, and you said that using the body flicker, he's comparable to Jonin Minato.
Well, yeah. Naruto is comparable. I mean, Haikage literally said that Naruto is comparable to Jonin Minato when using the body flicker, right? So, I mean, the same Jonin Minato that was relative to Fugaku, and Shisui is above Fugaku at that time, which means that, Shisui could be at least as fast as KCM1 Naruto, That's
Why?
a fact.
No,
Because
that's not a fact.
I say why. I already say why. Because I sent the statements back then that proves that Fugaku is relative to Minato, And I say one statement that also proves that Shisui is stronger than Fugaku, and Danzo said that he was the strongest in the Uchiha clan, Which means that Shisui is at least as fast
And you
as
don't
strong
think?
as KCM1.
Yeah, that's in the past. Always changes, man. Like,
I mean, what you talk about the past always changes. I mean, I don't get that. I mean, here's the thing: if Shisui is as fast as KCM or Naruto, I mean, because Minato was as fast as him, as Haikage literally stated, and you got like a lot of statements that proves it too. So basically, Shisui, who is relative to
but that's a weaker Jonin Minato that Fugaku is being compared
actually,
to.
it isn't a weaker because it is the one that fought against Killer Bee and Haikage. Haikage was comparing KCM1 Naruto with Minato, which means that Haikage was using the Minato he knew, compared with the KCM1 Naruto that he was fighting. So, I mean, he being weaker or not, it's basically irrelevant here. And it's also baseless because we saw that Fugaku was comparable with Minato when they both were like being mentioned like to get the share of Hokage. Yeah. Same
Jonin Minato. And
the same
Pain sealed the Nine Tails also. And if
what?
he Pain, like, he's being like, if
I mean,
what's
Pain
his face?
still
If Minato was sealing off the Nine Tails, and Pain almost did it, then I don't know, man. Like, it was like he wins.
I mean, what you're talking about? Like, please, you said that. I mean, Pain like almost hit the 9 tails, and Minato did. I mean, but what that has to do with the fight? I'm getting a bit confused right now. Elaborate that, please, because
Okay.
I don't see how is that relevant with the fight, with my argument, by the way. Now,
like, let's face. What I was trying to say is, Shisui is compared. Okay, so you're saying that Shisui is compared to a Fugaku is compared to a Jonin Minato, weaker one.
no, Shisui is stronger. Sorry, no comparison. He's stronger than Fugaku.
Well, he's stronger than Fugaku. Whatever. And then you do remember that Hokage Minato is far superior. He was gonna fend off. He was fending off against Obito, who was a bigger threat than the Nine Tails. Then later, what's his face? Itachi and Obito like got somewhat scared of Itachi because Itachi he was contemplating that Itachi, he might, in the right circumstances, he might pull a dub on me.
Yeah.
But like, right. Later, like later on, stronger. What's his face? like that 14-year-old Itachi in the Uchiha Massacre, and a 20-year-old Obito. Yeah. Then, like, what's his face? Jesus Christ. Okay. And Itachi, even if he got the sickness, even if the sickness is not releasing his full potential, whatever, he still fought up. Like later on, he got stronger and fought off even like your natural body functions, like anatomy, like you get naturally stronger. Whatever.
Okay, but here's the thing. I mean, we're not. I mean, as you say, we're not talking about live Itachi here. So, I mean, the fact that he got stronger or not is irrelevant because he doesn't have the sickness anymore. So we can move on. And you said, I mean, you keep saying that. I mean, the Obito is a greater threat to Nine Tails, which is something that I already debunked. You know, I already debunked and we already moved. So I mean, so if you wanna keep going back to the same point that we
I
were
don't.
talking,
Did
you're
you
gonna have to
really debunk it?
I did. You know, I mean, if you wanted me to repeat what I said, I can. You want me to repeat what I said? It's up to you. I can repeat what I said, and I mean, you still have to prove that how Itachi could avoid the Kotama Tsukamike. You still have to answer that because I said it like several times already. Because my main argument was that Shisui would use that Kotama Tsukamike against Itachi, like at the beginning of the fight, you know, and he wouldn't have any answer against that. And so that he would
because you said that he's relative. You made this like weird scaling for Shisui that he's like this golly amount stronger. When in reality,
I mean, actually, it isn't weird because I sent the scans to prove that. You know, I sent the scans where I compare Shisui. I compare Shisui with the third Hokage who is above Minato. I sent the scans that I compare Shisui with Fugaku, who is relative to Minato. You know, like everything that I said isn't weird because I got statements to prove that. You know.
Yeah, okay, he's equal to Minato. Sure, fine, whatever. Joe and Minato or whatever. I don't care.
Okay, but I mean, Hiruzen is stronger than Joe and Minato, right?
I'm going.
And they were confident. And they were confident that Shisui would be able to capture, you know, the third Hokage. You know, they were literally saying that Shisui would be able to infiltrate and capture the third Hokage, and then got out of the building. You know, which means that Shisui is at least as strong as the third Hokage. You know, if we use that logic, because how you could go and literally grab.
I don't agree with that.
I mean, if you don't agree, you gotta answer this scan that I sent it where they claim that they would send Shisui to go and just to attack the third Hokage. You know, they literally say that. So if you don't agree with that, you got to please answer this. Answer the scan that I sent. You know, and answer why they were wrong because we need a reason why they could be possibly talking bullshit, you know, which they weren't because there was actually a plan that they had. The only reason why they did is because Itachi decided to interfere and to get rid of the clan, which is something that I respect, by the way.
There's like sometimes there's authors. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the tweet because there's some like a lot of people. There's some authors that say oh no, the novels are not canon because anything that what's his name? The writer of Naruto, like he's the only one that deems if the story is official or not. This is just a spin-off, so that could be a spin-off.
I mean, actually, that fits in the timeline, and that was literally explaining Shisui and Itachi history. You know how he went, how the
sure, but it's still like it still could be non-canon. What they said, like the writer for the Sakura novel said, "Oh no, this is just a small spin-off." But whatever he says could
Well,
be a
all right. But if you could send to me that the writer of the Itachi's novel say the same thing and say that it is non-canon, instead, even if like we know that Itachi's novel was literally explaining and going like deep and diving deep on Shisui and Itachi history, and that fits perfectly with the
he has
timeline.
high regard
I'd
because he was his friend.
What?
It doesn't. I don't think it means like strength-wise because he was his friend. Like, oh yeah, the lightning fist or whatever.
I mean, what are you talking about? Like
He holds him like
strength-wise?
on a high regard because he is his friend
But
or
who?
whatever. I don't know.
But who is his friend, bro? Like I don't know. We're talking about the novel being canon or not. I don't
Itachi
know.
and Shisui or something. Like he holds
Alright.
him in high regard respect.
Alright, but
That doesn't mean he is stronger.
I'll be sorry. We're talking about the novel being canon or not, and I'm talking about something like completely different right now. Can we keep the same topic like for a while, then we can move on after, please? Firstly, you said that the novel isn't canon, and I said that it is, and we don't have any argument to prove that it isn't. So please, if you say something, you gotta prove that actually the novel is filler, and then if you do, we can move on or whatever,
Yeah.
like to discuss
No. But it's like I also get like confused by the way you're talking. I know you're not American. I'm also not American, but like I get confused also by
I
the
mean,
way like you.
I'm talking perfectly fine. Like I just talk too much, and I talk like
So that's
I'm just
why, like,
explaining
I
to you why,
sometimes.
But
Yeah.
I'm talking perfectly fine, and I can fully understand you, and you probably can do the same with me. And if you can't, please tell me, because if you can understand me, there's no reason to keep with the debate, because same thing. Like I'm talking with a Japanese guy talking in
There's
Japanese.
I can understand you, but okay. Parentheses. Like there are some times that I understand you, but there are times like that. That's it. That's pretty much it. That's what I said.
So I mean, if the times that you can't understand me, please tell me, because then I can repeat it slower. The same
Let's not
sentence.
get into the schematics of just like the times of like where others. Let's just focus on the debate where the point is right there.
Yeah, but if you can understand,
I know, but if it just goes off to like, hey, this is his entire subsection or sub point, it doesn't make any sense right now. So let's just focus on
Okay,
what's
so
right here.
I mean, so if he doesn't care about being able to understand me or not, okay, it's up to him. But I do understand fully. So all right, let's
it doesn't matter. Let's just focus.
It
on
doesn't.
the debate.
Yeah. Let's focus. Right.
Okay, but here's the thing. Now, please prove that the novel is filler, as you said, and then
And
we can
also,
move on to the.
I just wouldn't agree with that. Like all that stuff. Like they still speed blitz before he could activate his ability.
But I say, how possibly could he speed blitz him before he activates the ability? Even considering that Shisui is as fast as KCM1 Naruto, who could keep up with Itachi, And I say why he's as fast, because he's comparable with Minato, who fought against the fourth Haikage, who was comparing the same Minato he fought, who was a Jonin, with KCM1 Naruto. And Itachi, the same KCM1 Naruto, he couldn't do shit, which means that
Jonin Minato comparable to KCM1 Naruto, but
yeah, because who compared them?
Hokage is a whole different thing. Let's not forget that. Like
No.
don't mix both versions up.
No, that isn't important right now, because who said that KCM1 Naruto is comparable to Minato? And who was the one that fought against Minato? Was the four Haikage, right? And he saw both of them fighting. So he was comparing them by the version that he saw, which means that he was comparing the Jonin Minato that you're complaining about and KCM1 Naruto. So like he being Hokage getting stronger, it doesn't make any sense, and it's irrelevant right now. So if you keep repeating that he's stronger or weaker, even though I already said that it doesn't really matter. So I'm just saying that does not change the fact that he's still relative to KCM1 Naruto, who is, and Shisui was said to be relative to the same KCM1 Naruto, because Shisui was at least I mean, I won't say stronger than Minato. I could say that, but I use the game statement where Danzo say that Shisui is stronger than Fugaku, who is relative to Minato, which means that Shisui would be as strong as Minato. But I won't keep repeating that shit again. So please, stop to like using like saying that the Hokage Minato is stronger, because that is irrelevant right now. We're not talking about him, And
but
now
like
you're gonna prove that Itachi is fast enough to speed blitz someone who is relative to Kisame Naruto. As I said, I gotta prove that he isn't relative, which is also wrong. But okay. But here's the thing. I said a few minutes ago. I say what I. You said that he would go and intercept the Koto Matsukan before the activation, which is wrong, because it is stated that you can Shisui can activate the Koto Matsukan even before the fight starts, which means that the speed is incredible, and it has to be a speed gap, a really huge speed gap, for you to be able to intercept without a fucking, like, without letting your opponent wink, because you gotta be really really fast. And Itachi isn't as fast as you claim. As I said, if we use the comparison with Kisame Naruto that I just displayed a few minutes ago, and that you already have to debunk that, because you're still not using, you still keep repeating the Hokage Minato stuff, which is irrelevant. So can you address my main argument instead of saying things that it has nothing to do with the debate at all? Because I could be doing the same, like mentioning like a gay guy as I did at the beginning, but I won't do this. I won't do that shit again. So please address my main argument.
Jesus. All right. Oh my god.
So, which point is this?
At the point, he was claiming that Itachi could speed blitz Shisui, and I just say why he couldn't, and he still have to answer that.
Okay. Okay. So since you just stopped talking, Spider, are you just going to explain why Itachi speed blitz or what?
Yeah, like I already tried to do it, but like he's
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. If one keeps interrupting and everything, I'll just step in and just let one talk and everything. Is that fair? Is that understandable?
that was at the beginning, but
I know, but I'll like Spider. Go ahead and explain why and everything, like you're scaling, okay? And no interrupting. All right.
Okay. So, Jesus Christ. How do I say this? Like I already tried to do the scaling chain and everything and all that. Saying it's trying to like say it's valid, whatnot, but I don't know, man. Like I don't think like Gil's understanding me or whatever.
I do understand you.
Hold on. Spider, just try to do it in a way to just like kind of like make it to Gil understand, like ABC, like stuff like that. Okay?
Please try to address my argument, because if you keep saying stuff that has nothing to do with what I said a few minutes ago, you have to, talk with them.
But here's the thing. Spider's basically just going to explain and everything for why necessarily he said that, because he's the one that said, yeah, Itachi just does this. So just let him explain his thing, okay?
He's going to establish a scaling chain, because if he doesn't, I will.
All right.
No, Professor. I know how you feel.
No, I'm just like like I know what you're trying to say, Professor, Sorry, Seb.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
I'm
good.
just like so mentally drained by all of this. Like I cannot process. Also, I have COVID.
Yo, I have a question for you.
But yeah,
What?
Okay, you said you can 1v2 or like 1v3, right?
I mean, whatever. I can do whatever, dude. I can
Okay,
do.
so hold on, everyone, don't join in. Do you mind if I join in with Spider real quick?
For me, okay. Go
that
on.
taints it. Like, if you're gonna do that, I would say that someone has to balance it and join in with Gil, and it has to become a 2v2.
No, I refuse.
Okay, there you go. All right, I'm joining in. Cool. All right, so Spider, you can just sit down real quick.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
if I guess I'll allow you to join in, but if you join in, I'm gonna default. Well, I'm not a judge, right? But in my opinion, it defaults to up till now a Gil W.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing.
So if I don't join in, Spider's just on his thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Spider,
it's
you're
one-
just gonna have
it's
to take.
one thing-
I'll
then-
try to do the I'll try to do the scaling chain.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna join. Do it, Spider.
Okay. So Itachi. Okay, what's his? Edo. If we're saying that Itachi, okay, fucking calm down. I'll try to say so we know that Itachi, fuck. Shit. Just calm down. All right. Anyway, so Itachi, what was it? Like a 12-year-old and whatever year olds. I don't know, like a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old. Itachi and Shisui are kind of comparable. Let's just say that. And then Shisui dies. We know that later then he's able to even if you say that he got beaten, like he had like, all the bugs and all this, like consuming him, he still got obliterated by not like Danzo that did not have his Sharingan, and we know the Sharingan and the Senju implants make you stronger. So he lost to a weaker Danzo, and later on in Naruto Part 1, Itachi visits. The whole purpose for him visiting the Leaf Villages because he was gonna scare off Sasuke. No, Danzo. And we still know that Danzo is scared of Itachi even after all this. Like he got stronger. There's that. There's one way to do it. He's and even that Danzo is, I would say, like comparable to the Sani and Itachi basically soloed the strongest Sani. Even if you believe or not that he had the nerf or whatever. And maybe that was Prime Itachi, maybe not. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you say that that's Prime Itachi, sure, then that makes him comparable to like his Edo version. because Edo version's like Prime Itachi.
So I'm sorry to say that, but I'm afraid you didn't address any of my arguments. And please, you repeated what I already said like 1 hour ago about like Danzo stuff and about
I
Itachi.
know. But that's something I forgot to mention. Like that Danzo got stronger at the beginning, so that was my fault. Yeah.
Well, but he getting stronger or not. Like he didn't fight against Shisui. You know, Shisui was fucking paralyzed. She couldn't move his leg. I already told you that like more than 3 times. You know. And talking about, you didn't address my argument about like the speed wise or how Itachi could speed bleed Shisui before the Kotamatsu be used. You know, and you didn't you reacted to do that. You know,
that skilling chain.
Yeah, but you still have to do that. Yeah, you know, like I don't know. We are debating, but you still have to answer my questions. You know, my points. You know, you still gotta address that. You still gotta, debunk what I was saying. You're using your skill that I already
Yeah.
we already went over that several times about like
Yeah.
about like
I know.
about Danzo, about stuff like that. And let me tell you something that you forgot again. How you can claim that Danzo won against Shisui even after I send you that Shisui would be like able to go and abduct the third Hokage who's stronger than Danzo and is stronger than all of the Hokage like back then, you know. Like that doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't.
Stronger than Danzo, but yeah. Like let's say that he is as strong as let's say he's as strong as Hiruzen. Orochimaru was pressing Hiruzen. He was literally toying him, and Itachi just basically ended his life with ephemeral, or shackled something. I don't know, with a genjutsu.
He wasn't pressing Hiruzen. He was using 2 LTSs, which was Hashirama plus Tobirama that were fighting alongside him. And when they were fighting, they were both relative, you know. And knowing that Shisui would be able to go and abduct the third Hokage, you know, infiltrate the building, go abduct him, and
why would he need to abduct him? Like, why does abducting him matter?
Matter because for you to abduct somebody, you gotta be at least as strong enough to to defeat. Because how you can go and just
yeah, but still, like, I know like what you're saying, but like it doesn't matter. Like abducting, even if he abducts him or whatever. Like, where are you getting this at? Itachi's just stronger than Hiruzen, and he has a like Yada mirror. I think Yada mirror can like if it can deflect anything that includes Koto Matsukami, just puts him at.
Actually, as I said, okay, Itachi is stronger than Hiruzen, but that's still irrelevant. The topic, that's still irrelevant because, as I say, my main argument is that Shisui would use the Kota Matsukami even before the fight starts, which means that Itachi would get caught, so he would fight alongside Shisui, And you say that Itachi is fast enough to blitz Shisui, and I say that he isn't. And I prove that he isn't because he's relative to KCM1 Naruto, who could fight easily against Itachi without use body flicker, So, like...
Yeah. And later on with my feeling, like, I proved why it's not.
You didn't. Sorry, but you didn't prove that. And I proved several times with like several scans that he's relative to KCM1 Naruto, And if you could please address how Itachi it could even like attempt to go speed blitz him before the Koto Matsukami happens, which means that you gotta be fast enough, like to to reach your opponent before the opponent think about use the genjutsu, which is like a whole different level of speed. Like we couldn't even compare them right now. And we know that isn't true because it doesn't make any sense. And why it doesn't already explain to you like 3 times already with the scans,
Actually, hold on. If if Shisui was this strong, why didn't Kabuto revive him? Like he could have easily done it. And yet
I don't know. I don't know.
And also, there's a space, like there's a time frame where like for any genjutsu to take place on an opponent. Like it's not instantaneous.
Koto Matsukami, it is instantaneous. As I said in the Dara book, it is said that you can use the genjutsu even before the fight starts, which means that they splice unbelievable. Because
if it was like instantaneous, like as you say it is, like every other jutsu, like every single ocular jutsu has to be activated and like enter the user's mind. Like Amaterasu has to be activated and then thrown at. Genjutsu, same thing.
Actually, partially yes, but we saw the situation where the genjutsu was being used. We saw that Danzo was able to to use the genjutsu. In the middle of the Kage Summit, without nobody realizing. Nobody realizing. They only realized after the genjutsu that was already being used. And the Kota Matsukami, why I was saying that the speed is instantaneous because you get caught without realizing, so you don't know about any genjutsu happen. You don't know because there's like no distance requirement.
It still has, even if you like 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 a whole chakra I was gonna say something else. I was gonna do it. Okay, never mind. You can see the chakra storing in the eye. Itachi can see that and activate his Mangekyo.
He can see that activates Mangekyo, but
like he can't see the color in the chakra. Like a lot of people with Sharingan can detect what's happening inside your body.
They can detect it, but you say that he would activate the Mangekyo, right? But why that would be important? Why that would change the fact that he would still get caught?
Because in that time frame he can just do something like when Itachi blinded all the animal paths. He can do that.
When he did what? Sorry. When he did what against the animal path? Sorry.
When he blinded the animal paths, he can just do that to Shisui.
But how he blinded the animal path? I forgot. With the Amaterasu, right?
No, the Amaterasu was
that he was using
the dog, the multi-headed dog. He threw some kunai at the eyes.
Yeah, but like you gotta prove that he throwing some kunais. He activating the Sharingan, throwing some kunais would be faster than the Koto Matsukami, which isn't, because I told you that Danzo was able to use the Koto Matsukami in the middle of the Kage Summit, and nobody even could like realize that, and like keep activating his Sharingan at the same time. All right, he could, because he would activate the Sharingan like when the fight starts, and but he would still like vulnerable to the game.
But it doesn't matter.
Once he winks, once he winks, he doesn't even need to wink. Shisui literally does. Shisui doesn't need to look at him. Basically, once the fight starts, he would already be under control.
But still,
and the proof,
there's a time frame for it to enter someone's mind.
Yeah, but what is the time frame? What is the time frame that you're talking about? How long does it take?
It's a finite amount. It's an unquantifiable time amount of time of someone to activate a genjutsu.
So if it isn't quantifiable, how you can quantify that Itachi will be able to to activate his Sharingan and use
because
kunai to
all
blind.
genjutsu are have to be activating, and there's a time frame. We don't know the time frame for every genjutsu to enter someone's. But yeah, there's a time frame. There's finite time.
I mean, we know that when the Kotomatsukami was being used, like in two situations that we know, canonically, we
And
know
also,
that.
hold on, and also, I think they're like, wait, no, okay, no, that's a dumb point. Never mind. Go ahead.
We know that when the two situations where the Kotomatsukami was used, the Kage Summit, and when Itachi uses to take himself out of Kabuto's control, that was basically instantaneous because we don't know what happened like between that time. So I mean, for you to prove that. Itachi would be able to use do something before the Kotomatsukami, you gotta basically have to quantify the speed of the genjutsu, and we know that it's the strongest genjutsu.
Like,
we know
why
that,
do
right?
No, like we don't like. Why would we quantify? Like, we know it's a time, like a set amount of time. It's a very short time, but there's
I'm saying that it isn't a set amount of time. That it isn't because we got a goddamn book statement where it says that
Kotomatsukami has infinite speed now. Like what?
Yeah,
What's going on?
yeah, that's what I said since the beginning because we know
Infinite
that.
speed? No, okay, prove that.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna prove that. I'm gonna send the same skin that I sent it. I'm afraid to. You haven't read the skin that I sent it, which is the problem. But okay.
Now I'm much okay. Now I'm understanding. Wait a minute. Use okay. Kotomatsukami, quote unquote, infinite speed. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, prove that.
All right, just let me read this again.
Spider, you feeling better?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't debated in like 2 years,
It's okay. Take your time.
and I hate debating also.
No, I understand. We had this talk, a bit ago.
I mean,
all I'm saying is that if I was debating Gil right now, there wouldn't be a debate.
Yeah, and I know it's AIDS for you guys. I'm sorry because of that. It's also horrible for me right now.
It's okay. Just just focus on what's right there. Okay.
All right. Oh, shit.
Sorry, let me. I'm trying to find the scan that I had, which proves the speed.
I think it's in the Itachi novels or something. Okay. I'm guessing you're rusty, right, Spider?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. After this debate, I can help shaking off the rust just in case stuff like this happens.
I've been thinking into getting back into debating, but I don't know. Like it has to be with someone that I know that's not gonna say something.
I know.
I'll help you, bro. I'll help you.
Yeah, Professor can help you if you want. I guess it's
Yeah.
But yeah.
No.
No, not me.
Help you.
No.
I've been helping locate, so I can also help you.
Thanks.
Bro. Y'all don't all need to help Spot Spoder, bro. Where's this fucking skin, bro? I mean, I had one skin where they say that. I mean, the Kotomatsu basically. They use that before even the fight starts, which means that it's like the speed is infinite. Because even before the fight starts, you're gonna get caught. So like you can't quantify how fast it is because you're prepared to fight and they're already caught. Which means that you can't react. It's infinite speed.
Yeah, that's what he's arguing. Now I'm a little more confident with that.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but that's how for all we know, that's a hyperbole.
Hyperbole. What you saying? Like, what is hyperbole?
Like exaggerating, like describing something, but exaggerating a lot.
I know what is I know the definition of hyperbole. I'm just asking you, what exactly is a hyperbole? Talking about like what technique you're talking about as being. Why is that hyperbole?
Because like it's so. Oh yeah, even before the time started, like he already caught in a genjutsu.
No, he stated that he can do that. He can use the genjutsu before the fight starts. Like for example, you're in a position to initiate.
Why would that qualify for infinite speed?
Because basically, like, we can't quantify how fast it is, because like you're like prepared to fight, you're already caught. Simple as that. Like for example, you're in a stance and you go sparring with your opponent, but you're already being controlled. So like you don't even know what's going on.
Like prove something in Naruto is infinite speed.
Are
there examples? Because as far as I know, like you got Kirin, which is lightning speed, and Itachi reacted to that. You have like friggin' Naruto reacting to a fast light speed attack from Madara.
Well, I don't need to prove that something Naruto is light speed. I'm talking about Kotomatsu Kami right now, and I'm trying to quantify the speed by using the 2 feats that we got. And one of the feats that he used the Kotomatsu Kami during the Kage Summit, and nobody could even realize that, including the accumulation of chakra that you're talking about.
Kakuzu has infinite speed now? What?
Bro, like, who's talking about Kakuzu? I was talking about the Kotomatsu Kami, dude.
Okay.
And when Itachi used it,
something about it.
And when Itachi used the Kotomatsu Kami to free himself of being under control, of being under Kabuto's control, and he did that, and nobody could realize that what they were fighting, including Nagato, who was fighting against Itachi. So
that doesn't automatically mean it's infinite speed. That could just mean that, oh yeah, in comparison to everyone else, he's just faster.
Yeah, in comparison to Nagato and everyone else, including Case. But he wasn't fighting against KCM1. He was fighting against KCM1, Naruto, and B. But he literally did that in the middle of the fight. He was like controlling the crowd and stuff. He did that in the middle of the fight, which means that while fighting, he could do that. Itachi, who had the eye, and Shisui, who was the original owner of the eye, he definitely had more control and more ability using his own eyes, because he had more experience with his own body. That's for sure.
Yeah, but that still like doesn't say anything about infinite speed attack.
Yeah, it does. I should have said that. Is the speed that we can't quantify. But like, it's basically
no character in Naruto is infinite speed.
No, okay. That doesn't really matter. But I should have said that.
Matter. No, it does matter. It does matter because everyone either is like speed of sound consistently, speed of lightning consistently, or speed of light consistently.
Okay, but I'm talking about one technique that you get caught even without realizing it. I'm talking about this, like not like Shisui's speed specifically. I'm
It
talking about how
doesn't
fast
matter,
he cast
bro.
the genjutsu. It
It's
does
not
because like
infinite speed as you say. No.
I mean it's fast. It's faster than a kunai. That's for sure. It's faster than any jutsu that you can use. Because I mean let's use some examples that we got about genjutsu. We know that Itachi used the Tsukuyomi without Kakashi even realizing. We know that happens during the fight. We know that Itachi was
Also, hold on. If you want to go by that logic, like Itachi can just use infinite Tsukuyomi, and Tsukuyomi is a jutsu that controls like space and time. Well, no, like it should be able to control space and time, and alter it to like it's almost non-linear, so it's immeasurable speed. If you want to go by that ready argumentation,
Well, we know that Koto Matsukami is stronger than Tsukuyomi by Itachi's own word. He literally said that Koto Matsukami is the supreme genjutsu. He's stronger than my genjutsu. So basically, what he's saying is that we can compare Tsukuyomi with Koto Matsukami. I mean, which might include the speed of the activation.
The actual strongest is infinite Tsukuyomi.
But I mean, don't mention infinite Tsukuyomi right now because neither.
I know, but I'm correcting you. Like, which one is stronger?
All right, but like, I won't argue with you about this point. But okay, we know that Koto Matsukami is stronger than Tsukuyomi, right? So it is stronger in general. I
don't
mean,
agree. Why?
You don't agree? So let me get the statement where Itachi said it. All right.
Yeah, that same is just like him praising the jutsu.
He's saying that he's a stronger genjutsu ever.
Mean like, oh yeah, it's actually strong. Like I don't think he's like, he's just like amping up. But I don't think he like, oh yeah, my friend, like, bro, this guy, this dude, bruh, like, my god, like he's just being a hype man.
No,
but
I mean,
is
it he literally said that it is the strongest genjutsu. He literally said that, and we got the data book mentioned to that literally said the same thing. We got the statement that where it says that Shisui is the strongest genjutsu user ever. That talking about the Uchiha clan, which includes Itachi. So I got at least three statements where I proved that the Koto Matsukami is stronger than the Tsukuyomi, and I sent them already like a few hours ago, but I'm gonna get them again.
Like, why? Also, I think there was a thing like, I think something I mentioned. Like, would it really be in character for him to start off in infinite using Koto Matsukami, like his strongest technique, the one that
it would seem that he was fighting against three opponents. It would, because he knew that. I mean, he probably knows that he wouldn't be able to fight against like his Itachi, who was, who is this for? I won't say relative to him because Itachi himself said that Shisui is stronger, and fighting against two unknown opponents that are also strong. So yeah, it's pretty reasonable to claim that he would dare to use the Koto Matsukami, instantaneously.
I don't think he would, because most of the time, like, he never activates it until like he has like never activated it once. We have never seen it.
One most of the time you're talking about. Like we don't know most of the time. I'm just analyzing.
Yeah, like this is such like your version that supposedly like does using character. Like we have not seen really that, right? Like we only see him like in the Ritomo.
Because
like,
we haven't. Just because we haven't seen.
I don't think he would like risk it for all that
to save his life. I mean, he would risk to save his life. He would, and knowing that, I mean, we don't know when. We don't know the situation where he was. He was in the verge of that, like to scale, like when he used the Kotomatsukami or not. But we know there's a technique that it's available at any time, anywhere. So he could pretty much see the advantage that he was. The situation was pretty risky, so yeah, he would
And
use
also, like,
at the first
like,
glance.
if I recall correctly, in his fight with Danzo, he was saying like, "Oh no, I think I have to," like, on his virgin, like, not virgin. What am I saying? Virgin breath. Yeah, like, and on his last breath. Let's go with that. Like, he was saying like stuff like, "Oh yeah, do I have to use it? Do I have to use a technique?" He said, "No, it's not in character."
I mean, when? Like when he said, like, do I have to
Remember
use-
when he was fighting Danzo and he was like on his dying breath in the anime? As far as I remember, like, he was on a ledge, still in 3 Tomo, if I recall.
Well, but the version of the anime is actually I mean, if I'm not mistaken, is the
If you
game.
say non-canon, I'm gonna scream at you, bro.
I'm not gonna say no canon, but I'm using the novel right now where he was poisoned and he couldn't move and he couldn't fight, because he was dying. He was like poisoned, so he couldn't use anything. Basically, he couldn't
Okay, he
control
was
himself.
poisoned. He was poisoned and still didn't pull off Kodo. Why is that?
Because he couldn't,
No,
because
it's not in
do shit.
character.
Because he couldn't do shit no more. Basically, because he couldn't do shit no more, he was about to die. And if
Yeah,
I'm not, I mean,
like,
that's a situation.
that's really not an excuse for people like being on the verging death. Like, Pain was on his dying breath and he pulled Shibaka Tensei. Itachi on his dying breath, he pulled Susanoo. This guy did not pull Kodo, so no, it's not in character. And then
Wait a minute.
he got obliterated. So no.
Basically, we see that he was kind of he was confused with the situation. Like he asked Danzo, what did you do? Because he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know that Danzo would like attack him. He literally asked, what did you do and stuff.
Look,
So
I
he wasn't
also, just like you, I also I know, like, repeating myself. I know I did it, and so you're doing it. But now, like, we moved on from this.
moved on from this, but like what we got left then.
I already told you why it's not in character for him to use Kodo right out the gate.
But I think it is in character for him to use that because
No,
it would be
I
necessary
proved
to
it.
save his life.
I proved it.
I mean, you did improve because you didn't let me answer. Because the situation where you said that he didn't, it was when he wasn't prepared to fight. He didn't know that he would have to fight, and he was completely poisoned and weakened. So he couldn't even think about like do something when he was like asking Danzo. He was asking, "What did you do?" He was asking, "What did you do?" Because he was fucking confused. He was like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" So Danzo enjoying. He was like kind of enjoying the moment. He went and like literally, took the Sharingan. He was like, I told you the situation was like completely different with the situation that he's on right now, which is fighting against 3 opponents. He's prepared to fight. He knows that he's gonna have to fight, and he knows that he can use that. I'm just saying that there's really nothing that indicates that he wouldn't use that because because you don't want to, bro. Like I already told you why he didn't use against those. I don't get it. I don't get it.
There are other characters that got caught off guard or whatever, and still, like, it's the same case with Shisui. Like, even if they're off guard or whatever.
As I say, he wasn't like off guard. He didn't know what was going on. He was asking Danzo, "What did you do?" Because he was fucking like paralyzed, and Danzo was talking to him at the moment. He was like, "What's going on?" It's basically something that basically when you got paralyzed, out of nowhere, you're like paralyzing and shit, and a random guy goes talk to you, and
still, even with all that, he still didn't use. I'll give you the benefit. Oh yeah, okay, whatever. He was caught off guard, whatever. I'll give it to you. He still didn't use his strongest jutsu.
But he was poisoned. He couldn't control his chakra, nor could he like.
Itachi was kind of like also in his dying breath, also.
Yeah.
And he also used his trump card. What's his name? Naruto was also poisoned. Like when I'll give you an example of Naruto was poisoned and still could 1v1 by the student of Tsunade, Sakura, and he was still able to like move around, and then finally he collapsed. He could do like a perfect chakra control with his Rasengan and everything. That's still not
the situation you're talking about. Because we know that that insect that was that literally had bitten Shisui is an insect that was paralyzing him. So maybe he couldn't probably use his chakra, nor could he fight.
Why?
And that was really stated because he didn't fight against Danzo. And I mean, and to let you know something, I mean, why Danzo was so afraid to fight him and go and get the Sharingan, because maybe he knew that Shisui had those kind of tricks. So he had to poison him before, to avoid those things to happen. And when I say those things, I'm talking about Kamatsukami and like the MS abilities, So I could pretty much say that the poison was affecting
getting
his body.
Poison really doesn't. Yeah, it affects, but you're still able to like move around and tag like Naruto did. And he still tagged with a healthy what's his name? A healthy Sasuke. So with all that time frame, like I believe that poison Sakura gave to Naruto, for example, is stronger than your aunt's point from the Aburami clan.
Well, we know that Danzo has as his subordinates. The strongest. One of the strongest ninja like in the Aburami clan, because he's like let's say the highest level of like ninjas and of like each clan, because we know how selective he is when he's recruiting.
Did you see Ichigo? What? I need to.
I'm not gonna repeat what I said. We know that how selective he is when he's recruiting his, let's say, partners, like subordinates. So basically, the Aburami dude that you're saying that his poison was weak and stuff, the poison was strong enough.
I'm not saying it's weak. I'm saying it's not comparable to the poisons, Tsunade and like employees. It's not at the same level.
What kind of poison you're talking about when he used against Naruto? What kind of poison you're talking about precisely?
The the one that paralyzes you, kinda.
But I mean, when Sakura used the poison against Naruto, I don't remember that.
Well, when she was gonna when she went to go kill Sasuke and said monologuing to herself like, "Oh no, I got to do this by myself. Like, I'm sorry, I had to do this," and whatever. I don't know.
No, there's two different situations here. Firstly,
it doesn't matter. I'm using that as a comparison that a stronger poison, a much better poison, I might add, still couldn't do at first stuff with Naruto. So why would do the same thing? Like why would it be as potent as
firstly, that wasn't a much better poison because Sakura didn't have any killing. Sakura didn't have any.
They're the best medical ninja.
Yeah, but Sakura didn't have any killing intent. She didn't want to kill Naruto. She didn't want to do that. So why would she like bring a fucking poison?
She poisoned him. I don't know what to say, man.
So you're basically saying that Sakura wanted to kill Naruto. That's what you're saying. So please prove that, because that can back up your argument that saying that the poison is stronger. And also, it doesn't really matter because the poison that
No.
the Abu Dhabi
Also,
dude was using against
if you
Danzo.
remember,
It is basically a
now
poison.
that I'm remembering, Tsunade used a poison against Jiraiya. And Jiraiya was still kind of kicking around, like she used a drug on him.
Yeah, but
And
it
he
is
was
a drug. But this situation, this poison right here.
so
I mean,
No,
with
no,
this
no.
poison, Shisui couldn't walk. He couldn't move. He couldn't fight. He couldn't do shit. It's a poison that paralyzed your body, so you can't do shit no more. As he said, I can't
as
move my
well
body.
as
Shisui said that I
Jiraiya
can't move
and
my body.
Naruto. So
Shisui said
that's not a point for you.
it is because Shisui said I can't move my body. I can't I can't do shit. I can't move my body. How you can fight without moving your body? And secondly, the poison could pretty much be a poison where you would affect his chakra stream, which means that he wouldn't be able to cast any technique because we know that Danzo was planning that shit. He was planning to get the Sharingan. He didn't want to fight against Shisui. That's why he sent us guy to poison
As
him.
well as Jiraiya and Naruto, like they couldn't.
As well as
their
Jiraiya,
chakra
Naruto,
network
no,
was fumbling
because
and
both. I mean, Sakura didn't want
fumbling.
to. And tonight,
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't
It
not
does
matter.
because
No,
there's two
I already
different
said
situations, and you compare two poisons. I mean, two kind of poison where you can prove that one poison is stronger than one just because you're saying that one is stronger. Like we know that Shisui is stronger than Naruto and Jiraiya because that's a fact. As I already said, my scaling when Shisui was needed to be at least relative to the third Hokage, who is above every single one of them. And above. I mean, also relative to Minato. Not gonna repeat that again. This poison, real quick, was right here was basically nullifying Shisui's ability to fight, so he couldn't fight. So you're saying that basically he would have done something if he could, but he couldn't because he couldn't fight. He himself he stated I can't fight no more because I don't have any I can't move my body, bro. Like I can't fight, and he was caught off guard. As I said, he asked Danzo, "What did you do?" Because he didn't know that Danzo had any killing intent over him. So like you're basically saying that he cannot use the Kotoma to come because using a situation where he was poisoned and he was weakened. And
it doesn't matter. It's in character. Even
it
if
doesn't
he's
matter because
no, I already said. Said to
you wrongly said that
Like-
because it does matter because
like
when you're caught off guard, when you're
I
not
hate that I'm repeating myself like this much.
I hate that I'm repeating myself too, because I'm doing that right now. Because as I say, there's two different situations right here that we compare. One situation, Shisui is poisoned and he's weakened. He couldn't fight. As himself, he stated that.
Jiraiya was also a paralytic. Jesus fuck! I can't talk, man. Well,
You don't know if it you don't know if it is the same poison. You don't know if it is the same poison. So you can't compare both of them poisons because that's irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean the poison that he was using against
that he
was using against
just go into conclusions? Can we just end this? Can someone
the poison that he was using against Shisui didn't let him move no more. He couldn't fight. He couldn't cast any jutsu, and that's clearly what we saw because when you can't fight, you can't, and neither can you use any ninjutsu, and we know that Shisui was caught off guard. All right. And you compare two situations right now. One where he's fine and he's prepared to fight. He knows that he's gonna have to fight. Another one that he was caught off guard. He was poisoned. He was weakened. So I say it doesn't make it doesn't matter. It does matter because
no.
You gotta be prepared. I'm gonna have to repeat that again.
It doesn't prepare whatever. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to say this one time, and that's it. Freaking the poison from some ants does not compare to the poison from the best medical ninja. The intention for Tsunade was to paralyze Jiraiya and leave him there. And he was still kind of moving around. So,
but Shisui couldn't move around. Shisui couldn't. I don't know if the person is strong enough.
Jiraiya, man.
Shisui couldn't do shit. He couldn't fight.
Jiraiya. Neither could Jiraiya. He was not able.
All right, so send me when that he was not able and what he did when he was not able. Send me, please, because what he had done when he was not able to fight, as you said. You know, like okay, you're not able to fight, so how you gonna fight?
Can we
How
just
you gonna do that?
can we
Okay.
just stop? Right?
Okay, so did y'all just get out whatever was just important and everything and just go to conclusions?
Yeah.
Okay. Gail, you want to go to conclusions?
No, I'm gonna let him first. Gonna drink some water, whatever. Okay. Let me say it real quick. Basically, since the beginning of the debate, I pointed out that Shisui is
Wait, Gil. Are you concluding right now?
yeah.
All right, go for it.
I pointed out that Shisui is stronger than Minato, who is as fast as KCM1 Naruto. Both of them are comparable, as the Haikage stated. I pointed out that. I also say that Shisui was the one who was sent to capture and to the third Hokage, who is the strongest Hokage ever, which means that they were confident that he would have done it. He would accomplish this mission. And Shisui was also stated, and I also say that the Kotama Tsukami would get Itachi even before the fight starts, because that's what is stated in the data book. We know that we don't have any distance necessary to cast the Genjutsu, and I explained to him why they speed here. The gap isn't that huge because we know that Shisui is comparable to KCM1 Naruto, as I already said, and that KCM1 Naruto is as fast as Itachi, even more maybe because he wasn't using his body flicker and stuff. So basically, Itachi wouldn't have time to react before the Kotomas come, and they would team up, and Itachi would attack his teammates, which is Pain and Kisame off guard with the Totsuka or Materasu, because Shisui would be controlling him, and the fight would be over there because nobody would figure out that they were being under control. That's it. Just to sum it up, what I said about more. And by the way, everything that I said, I got statements to back up. That's also something important to mention right now. I had a lot of statements that I could back up my argument. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Spider, shoot, go for it.
It's not in character for Itachi to use Kotomatsukami first. He never would, don't remember me. Go ahead, Biscuit. What are you gonna say?
No, Professor just
Oh, I was just gonna say, you meant Shisui, right? I only asked because Itachi might have Koto. I don't know if y'all agreed on that or not.
Edo, yeah.
Edo has it, but it's a weird thing. Anyway, I don't. Itachi Shisui does not use it in character. Right at the spot, he would have done it at the beginning of the fight, but he didn't do it. We see him using 3-Tomo. Also, with the poison thing, paralytic poison. I think I now could spell that stupid word. It doesn't matter. Sure, whatever. But Tsunade is the queen of ninjutsu. She used a better paralytic poison on Jiraiya. So Sakura on Naruto. Also, what's his name? Itachi just gets stronger over the course of the years. Surpasses Shisui. It doesn't matter if he has. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you just said your speed and everything?
Oh yeah. No such thing as an infinite speed Genjutsu appears in the series because most of them need to be activated and thrown at you, and most of all the a lot of the attacks in Naruto, like light speed, lightning speed, sand speed, whatever. Just like Toad's song, like, it's possibly like it's Soundwave, but it's still possibly stronger than Kodomatsukami if you want to use the data books. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, is that it, Professor? Okay, mute your mic real quick. Professor, have you been judging as well, or no? Or
Yeah,
should I
I've been listening.
Okay, so Professor, you want to just like hold on before we say anything. You want to just like you and I talk, like text a little bit or whatever, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's text each other.
Okay.
When she's gone.
Bro, Con, why do you do that? Why do you? I can't say.
Everybody
I did
quiet,
not
bro.
agree to be freaking recorded on this.
I
God
mean, it
damn.
doesn't matter, bro.
Everybody
Like,
quiet.
I mean, it took really long. I wasn't expecting that, but all right.
No, I don't like. Oh, I don't like to hear my voice at all. But yeah,
I mean, you don't need to. I mean, I won't spread that shit. I won't post anywhere. So I just wanna, go over the points that the important things that I said, like just to, to help me later in like future debates. So like, if you don't mind, if I could get, the recording, if you don't mind, I would just watch it myself. If you know.
yeah. You just put that on 2x speed, dear Lord. I hate myself.
No, don't worry, but I won't. I won't post nowhere.
Why you hate yourself, bro? That sounds unhealthy. What the fuck?
I don't know,
You
man.
should-
I just I don't know. Don't like my voice and whatever. Oh no, kind of crap.
Nah, like, you gotta have some self-esteem, dude.
No.
I hate myself sometimes, but like that's something I can deal with.
You all need to stop hating yourselves, bro.
I mean, but like I don't care, bro. I don't know.
What are they doing, bro?
No.
Like, what would you hate yourself every day? Yeah, you're funny. I saw the things that you were saying, dude. Like the Brazil stuff, Brazil this, Brazil that, bro. Like that's racist. Just let you know that. So if you got the right to be
Me?
Hey,
racist,
hold on. I'm gonna talk with Professor real quick over a few things. So give me a second.
That was
Wait, Gil, are you talking about me?
no, I'm not talking about you because you're from South Africa, right?
No, I'm from Botswana. It's right next to